tells me every year when the iPhone rolls out, it is
mayhem.
the most stressful
Well,
time of her life.
she also works in Southern California in a very busy store.
Yeah, in Hollywood. I mean, so it's a crazy busy store, but I know it's something that it's exciting. Like you want the sales, you want that to happen, but it is absolute chaos.
Yeah,
I can only imagine with this phone, and especially if it's bigger and it's different. Because I'm
bigger
even
and better,
sitting here, I'm so happy with mine right now. I have like the 6 or the 6S or something from that generation, and I'm like, oh, I don't need a new one. But then you see the design, and I'm like, yeah, it's pretty cool.
And then you see the 7 and that camera that it has, and it's getting even better.
Yeah, it's hard to know. So they're all getting bigger. I feel like bigger is the only way forward. So we'll see what happens, of course, with that. We can tell you a little bit more about the 7-day forecast.
Yeah,
I don't think we can confidently about the iPhone just yet, but exciting news there. All right, we're at 57 out there at the airport this morning, 51 up in McCall, so a mild start to the morning. I love the reflections off of Payette Lake there from that shot over the Mile High Marina. Sun Valley up on the mountain, 39 degrees, 40s in town. Bogus Basin, a gorgeous shot early on this morning. Calm winds, humidity about 51%. Winds will be lighter today overall. Could get a little bit of a breeze going this afternoon in some portions of southwestern Idaho and our mountains too, thanks to this weak little disturbance that's kind of generated itself across northern Idaho, stretching into parts of western Montana. Really shouldn't affect us too much. We may see some showers generated in the central Idaho mountain ranges a little bit later on as we head into the afternoon, but for the most part, maybe just a little bit of a breeze this afternoon. Otherwise, smooth sailing through the day for us and much of the Pacific Northwest. A little bit of a different story as we take a look across the nation's midsection from the Central Plains over into the Great Lakes region, the Ohio Valley, going to be the target of some severe weather today and tomorrow. This threat will continue. That box there in pink signifying a severe thunderstorm warning. That's mostly what we're dealing with. No tornado warnings to speak of yet, but isolated tornadoes are possible as this strong line of storms continues its march to the east. We also have the potential for very heavy rains and downpours, localized flooding in some areas, large hail, and of course damaging winds along with those storms too. So if you're traveling in that direction today, tomorrow, for the 4th of July holiday, I would take note of that and just check in with the airports in the area to make sure things are running on time and smoothly. Forecasted high temperatures today if you are doing any traveling out on the East Coast. A little bit more mild to 70s and 80s there. We've got 90s in southern parts of the country too. And then the heat really is on, of course, for the Southwest. Temperatures well above that triple-digit mark once again. Some heat building into parts of northern California too, but we're more mild here in the Pacific Northwest. 82 in Portland today, upper 70s for Seattle. Very comfortable. Same story for us around here. 83 degrees. I love that high temperature. Our average for this time of the year technically is 86. So it puts us a few degrees below that, but I think it's a nice welcome change after some of the heat we had last weekend and knowing that we're going to get it again this weekend. Low to mid 80s for us here along the I-84 corridor. We're in the 70s all around the mountains this afternoon, so a beautiful sunny day up in the high country. If you're going to be in the mountains this weekend, should be just about perfect and a little hot, quite frankly, by the time we get to the 4th. Not much to show you on the Futurecast. Could get a few isolated showers and storms developing there in the central mountains this afternoon as a result of that weak little storm off to the north of us, but beyond that, sunny and dry all the way through Friday and Saturday. If you are headed up camping in the mountains, just know we're in for 80-degree temps this weekend itself, even warmer next week. Only caveat to this, we will make mention of a slight chance of an isolated storm late in the day on Saturday, mostly going to be north of about the Council area and up toward Chalice. So more even in toward northern Idaho or the central Idaho area, but just a slight chance of that if you're sticking around here. The 4th of July looks toasty. Check out that warm up coming our way. Low 90s for the weekend, mid 90s by early next week. We'll be at 95 on the 4th, and when you see that warming trend up toward 98 on Wednesday, sometimes it just depends on the timing, but I wouldn't be super surprised to see our temperatures on the 4th jumping up to the upper 90s. We bumped them up a few degrees today. Kind of keeping an eye on that, but it could be a